Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Chicago. Look at the beautiful tulips here. We got May the 7th, 2025. We're 67 degrees already. That's what my phone says here. It's kind of hard to look into the sun there, but hey, look at the beautiful tulips here on Michigan Plaza. We'll check it out here and try not to get accosted by the charities here. We'll see if we can make it through the gauntlet here. And we'll head across here. They got the window open to Nando's there. Here we're at Lake Michigan. I appreciate it. I'm live streaming. I appreciate it, sir. Thanks for letting me live stream. I appreciate it. Thank you. So here, we'll wait for the traffic to cross here. I'm trying to escape because they're always asking for money, which is their prerogative. It's fine. Here's the L round in the corner here. See, we're at Lake Michigan. Remember, we saw that from above. There's Nando's here. See, Nando's, they got the rooftop open here. Look at that. And here, we'll head around here. And hey, you can get your jar customized. We always talk about that. Probably, if we come back here later this week or this weekend, I'm sure there'll be a line out the door here. But this is usually where we start and end our lives here. Julie Reed's tuning in there. Ernie, thanks. Good afternoon there. Yeah, nice seeing you this morning there in Plaza of the Americas there. Yeah, how you doing there? I can't say your name there, so you know, you're missing all this promotion there. We could say your name and promote you there, but I don't want to be banned from this platform. She's got the nice skull. Remember, we saw that other guy with the skull hoodie there. She's got the skull hoodie as well, which is awesome. I think that's great. And see, look, coming soon, Rainbow Cone here, and the Cinnabon. But yeah, Ernie, I was confused this morning because I saw you there and I knew I was going to bump into you on Michigan Avenue, and then people in the chat were like, Edwin's there. I'm like, no, this is Ernesto. They said, no, Edwin's there. And I'm like, and then Edwin was there, and I before I saw him, I'm like, it made me like, I always question if I said your name right. And I know you're Ernesto, and someone said, no, that's Edwin. I'm like, no, this is Ernesto. But Edwin was there, and it was just so, what a coincidence that all three of us, the three people in the chat started calling us the three amigos there, you, me, and Edwin there. So I posted Edwin because I hadn't seen him since St. Patrick's Day. He was dressed up like a leprechaun, and we got that footage of that. And he was telling me about how it wasn't for Cinco de Mayo, and I knew that, and I talked about it, but then people in the chat were confused, and just like you, and you helped me out, he helps me out. But it was nice seeing you, Ernie, there this morning. You ran into Ernie and Edwin at the Plaza of the Americas, and they were getting some beautiful footage there of the Freitas. But hey, we're going to get some beautiful footage of Millennium Park. There's so much to see and do. I'd really like to get to Navy Pier because Edwin told me there's some more artwork for the week-long celebration at Navy Pier. And we'll see if we can get over there. It's such a beautiful day. It would be a great day to go to the lake. So we'll see how much ground I can cover today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If I miss your comments, I'm really going to be trying to cover a lot of ground here at lunch because the weather's getting nice. They're going to turn the Buckingham Fountain on this Saturday, May the 10th. And that always pretends that we got portends that we have the whole summer ahead of us. So hey, Sharon there. Yeah, Ernie and Julie Reed there. D. Michael, all the Michaels there. How's everybody doing there? So here. Yeah, Chevy, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in. So we'll head over towards, yeah, they got the music on at the bar. I'll stay away from the bar because I always get a copyright strike just by having the music in the background. The algorithm's so sensitive that it even picks up people that have their windows down in their car. It'll pick up the radio, the song they're playing, and it says you know, it won't let me monetize it. It'll pick up motorcycle radios. It'll pick up something from people's cell phones and thinks I'm trying to steal copyrighted music because the algorithm's so sensitive, not just for YouTube, but TikTok. that you can't, you know, sounds of summer where people are playing music in the background. We can't film it. We have to scrub it out of the videos because, once again, lawyers have ruined the world, and lawyers will continue to ruin the world. And if you're a lawyer, please don't take it personally. You understand our frustrations, because mainly it's just money has ruined the world. We realize that we as little peons can never outspend corporate lawyers. And it's not fair. But here, I'm gonna try to head through. I'm trying to cover a lot of ground here today. But here we got beautiful tulips there. There's Pritzker Pavilion. And hey, look at all the people here. Look at all the beautiful people at the beautiful Bean Cloud Gate. It always shines bright here on sunny days. And look at everybody coming out here to enjoy the beautiful sunshine here at Cloud Gate here, Millennium Park, Chicago. It feels like 70 degrees here now. Yeah. Dolores, Michael, Adonis, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in there. Let's see who we missing here. Naya's tuning in there. Bonsoir, yeah, bonsoir. There, thanks for tuning in there. So I need to check in with Diana. I haven't heard anything from Diana, and I'm worried about her. Has anybody else heard any news from Diana? I know I talked to her on Saturday. She was transferred up to the hospital in Houston, and we'll see if she was able to get her procedure there. So I'll follow up with Diana, and I'll get back to you. I just been busy with work. I'm not used to, I don't have wife, kids. You know, I got a father there that I gotta start taking care of my father there as he gets older there. But so here, there's the yeah, let's go check out the I don't think they got the Crown Fountain turned on, but we'll check out the artwork here. We're aligned with Washington Street here. Look at the beautiful sky here. We got tulips, and yeah, what's happening, everybody there? Michael Anderson's in the house. D. Michael, all the Michaels. So yeah, eventually they'll probably, once they turn the Buckingham Fountain on, hopefully they'll turn this Crown Fountain on, and people will be playing in the water there all summer long. We'll check out the sculptures here. Look at that beautiful blue sky with the skyline, the green trees. I think these trees are new. I don't remember these trees being here. Does anybody remember these branchless or these leafless trees being here? Kind of sculpture. Here's Franz West, the artwork here. This reminds me of Beetlejuice. It's like something from the original Beetlejuice movie there in the late 80s. They would love artwork like that. But here's the Crown Fountain here. We'll of course come back to this many times. They're working on it. So they're working on the Crown Fountain here. The faces are projected, but I guess they're getting it ready for the summer season here. So we'll come back and check this out. But let's go through the Lurie Gardens here. I'm trying to cover a lot of ground today. We might have to jump on a bike here at a certain point. And since I'm on YouTube, that's fine. I wouldn't risk it on TikTok. Maybe they've changed their algorithm, but it's been hard to ride a bike on TikTok. Christopher, how you doing there? Mr. Bones on tour. Yeah. Yeah, the naked trees there. Yeah, those are new trees. You see that, Ernie, there? Yeah, so they added some new, here's the food trucks here. Looks like they were filming. Looks like they were filming for something here. Every time I live stream, there's something new. So maybe they're filming for some TV show or movie or something there. See here, this truck is, these trucks I think are for a filming location here, yeah. What? Chicago's the movie set for so many shows and movies that I never can tell. There's some of my moderators check on the movies in Chicago, filming in Chicago websites, and they can kind of determine sometimes what's being filmed and where, but I can't do it on the fly here. We'll check it out here. But there's the Prudential. We'll head through here. How you doing? Okay. So here, yeah, let's head up to the Crown Fountain here. No, we just passed the Crown Fountain. We're going to head up to the Lurie Gardens here. Lurie Gardens here in Millennium Park. Oh, that's for Chicago. Yeah, probably for PD or FD. Yeah, they combine resources for both of those shows, including Med. Sometimes they do scenes for all three at the same time, and that's what we saw earlier this winter. Hey, that's that same woman with the skull there. She's got a skull cap, skull hoodie, just like the other guy we saw in Wells Street. But hey, wow, they're really clearing out the, look, you can see the topsoil here. So this is a green roof. So you're seeing they cut out the topsoil here, and underneath this there's styrofoam to cut back on the weight so they can do undulating hills. And let's go over here and check out the beautiful flowers here. And some of these are tulips. See how we're in the Lurie Gardens. This is Millennium Park. We're just north of the Art Institute. There's the John Hancock, and then the closer are the Aon and the Prudential buildings. Look at the beautiful flowers here, the Lurie Gardens. So here, let's just check out the flowers here. Isn't this nice that right in the city here, we got this nice flower garden here on top of parking, multiple use. Parking could be for the Art Institute or the people working downtown, or for any cultural or other event going on down here. Hey, look at the tulips. Look at that.
Io fasone.
Look at that.
Io fasone, mi sa che ci sono più buone. Qui sono tutte fede.
So hey, they're talking about the bean in Italian. Isn't that great? See, there's people here checking out the Lurie Gardens. People come from all over the world to check this out. So we'll head up to the bridge, the BP bridge that goes across there. There you can see back to the Sears Tower, all the housing and old commercial buildings that used to be along here, and the newer stuff, corporate towers. Here, let's check this out. Wow, look at these flowers here. So if you just tuned in here, this is the Lurie Gardens here in Millennium Park. And see, we're just north of the Art Institute. Look at that beautiful garden there. And this will change all throughout the season. Look how nice this area looks here. Irises. Oh, these are irises? Yeah, thanks for the good information. I need help with the, there. I need help with my plant species here, yeah. Here, some of these are tulips, some of these are irises. Hey, they're taking pictures here. How you doing? Look at that. Look at this beautiful grouping of flowers here. Lurie Gardens here, Millennium Park, Chicago. And there you see the skyline there in the background. City in a garden. We're trying to live up to our motto there. City motto. Yeah, I saw a shimmering light.
Oh, nice.
How you doing? Hey, there. We keep running into these people here. That's great. So here, they're still redoing the structure around the Pritzker Band Show. Of course, Frank Gehry. And yeah, see, they're working. Look at this cranes there. So here, let's head right across the BP bridge here, and let's see if we can make it. I don't know if I can make it to Navy Pier. I want to go to Navy Pier because Edwin told me that there was some more artwork over there in association with the stuff we saw at the Plaza of the Americas. And maybe someone else has documented it here. Such a beautiful day. Hotel California. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday too. I had to stop for the night. Having heart good to him. Hotel California. You can check out, but you can never leave. That was the classic line from the 70s, right? Yeah. I vaguely remembered I was a little baby in the 70s. I was bicentennial baby there, so I guess I lived the first 4 years of my life in the 70s. Or 5 years. So I'm old enough to, I don't really remember it. I remember vaguely Jimmy Carter being president on a black and white TV. Yes, we were that poor. Well, at least we had a TV. But I remember, I don't remember when John Lennon died. I remember my parents being sad. I remember when Princess Diana got married. My mom woke me up as a little kid because my sister, well, my mom, probably and my sister, you know, like follow the British monarchy much more than I do. My mom's passed away, but so I was alive. I was alive when Elvis was alive, but I was a baby. Elvis died in 1977. But here we're heading across the BP Bridge here. Look at this beautiful skyline view you get. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, you can always leave if you got the keys there. Mirrors on the ceiling, pink champagne on ice. We are all just prisoners here of our own device. In the master's chamber, I heard a shimmering light. Yeah, that's the lyrics you're talking about. See, all this gets stuck in our head. How many times have we heard that song? Hey, Lorraine, how you doing there? Ronnie, how you doing there? Go, Ronnie. Look at that. Ronnie Woo Woo. Yeah. Has anybody heard any much from Ronnie Woo Woo? I haven't, you know, we got the update there. I saw he was in the nursing home. Somebody sent me a picture. We talked to the guy on opening day. Man, I feel I could have got into the Cubs game last night. Somebody else, they said I can go to the Cubs game today, but I'm at work here. It's a 6:40 game. I don't really want to be just going up to Wrigley Field every single night. I got to have some time to rest. And, you know, people don't realize that by the time they offer me tickets, I've already walked 7 miles and I'm pretty tired. And you got to let me know further in advance. And I appreciate people giving me tickets, but I get exhausted and I don't, you know, and I don't want my channel become the Ricketts channel where all I do is film the Cubs every night. I'll lose all my White Sox fan base here, which I probably already lost anyway. But here, let's head past the beautiful ornamental trees here. We'll go past the giant playground here. This is Maggie Daley Park, of course. And maybe we'll go to Navy Pier later in the week. I'll try to get over there. Let's see what time we got here. 12:15. If we can get to the lakefront, maybe we can get over there. But hey, the beautiful trees here. Three Michaels unite. Michaels of the world unite. Look at these beautiful red buds. We got to document the spring color here, the trees. Look at these red buds. They're purple. And see, look, here's your ship here. You can play on the playground here. There's a free playground. They got big giant slides and swings, and they have water features in the summertime, things you can play with like a water park, like this stuff, you know. And you can sit in the whale's mouth there. Look at that. That's fun stuff. And so let's head over to the Cancer Survivors Park. Let's check out the spring ornamental trees here and see if we see any more tulips. Yeah, looking good. Thanks for tuning in here. Hey, you were just here. Yeah, you know the good spots there, Ernie. Yeah, you know where I'm at. Yeah, see, great minds think alike there. We're covering the same ground here. And that's fine, you know, nobody's copying everybody else. We're all, you know, just different perspectives on the city that we share here. We got so many great Chicago live streamers. Ernesto's live streaming now, Edwin. Of course, we see Vicky there. It's so sad they had to cancel the Cinco de Mayo parades there in Pilsen and Little Village. And it shows you the chilling effects that, you know, this new administration, and we're still, this city of course feels that we're probably going to lose a lot of federal funding. The CTA is probably going to have to scale back service. There's going to be a big battle continuing between the mayor of Chicago and the governor of Illinois, mainly over funding, and these eternal divisions will be exploited. and used to punish average citizens and residents of this city here. So here's the red buds trees here. Look at the beautiful spring. Look at the sunshine. We got 70 degrees here. May the 7th, 2025. The red-tipped blackbirds are here. I'm just anytime you get to this year, we've survived another long Chicago winter, and we're finally here getting the same sunshine that we get in August. Already here at the beginning of May, and look at that spectacular view of the Chicago skyline, the Sears Tower. We just came from there, and we're over at Maggie Daley Park. Look at the beautiful trees here. Thanks for being a part of it here. Yeah. So it's today, May the 6th. See, I don't even know what day it is. Hey, how you doing? See, what a nice spot. You guys picked a great spot here. I'm just heading. I'm going to try to get the Navy pier, but have a good one. I appreciate it. That's great. Look at that. That's awesome. So this is on YouTube. Don't worry about it. So here we'll head through the Cancer Survivors Park there. See friends and neighbors. I always run into people that I know, and that's great. And yeah, today's May the 6th. I guess I have to I said May the 7th at the beginning. I'm not used. Okay, number one, before I started live streaming, I didn't care about the time, even for my work. If I was late, I was late. I don't wear a watch. I know the time's on the phone. Now everybody asks me what time it is all the time. Same with the date. I would not care about what date it is, but I try to do it now for like a timestamp. So yeah, this is May the 6th, Tuesday. Cinco de Mayo was the 5th, which was yesterday. Okay, good. So this is Siete de Mayo. There we go. So here, let's head through here. Look at the beautiful urns here. Look at that. That is great. Yeah, we're afraid the time's slipping away from us into the future here. It'll be our own joke here. We'll continue to say it's May the 7th and freak everybody out. I really confuse people. May the 6th, May the 7th, what's the difference? And I even on TikTok, I said May the 6th, the anniversary of the Hindenburg. I should have remembered that. Hey, look at this nice view. We got to the, this is the St. Regis Hotel at the bottom. They got condos at the top. Hey, I saw news that Patrick Kane, the great former Chicago Blackhawks player, now he plays for the Detroit Red Wings. He sold one of his units. He has 2 units in the Trump Tower. Patrick Kane sold one of his units, the one on the 69th floor. I don't know how I happened across that. I was looking for something else and I just stumbled across it. He owns several properties. He owns other things in River North, further up Dearborn Street. And I think he owns something on the North Shore too. He owns like 3 other properties in Chicago, but he sold one of his, and he had to take a loss on it. It actually paid more for it in 2017, and now I guess the value of the properties in those buildings are lower now. He just wanted to get rid of it before it dropped further. Isn't that amazing? He took a $1 million loss on property he bought in Trump Tower, but that's up to him. He's got enough money. Patrick Kane, I still like him. Here's the Randolph. This is Randolph Street here, and these are the big piers that were on the abutments. This is the Cancer Survivors Park Plaza, Richard and Annette Block. But here we'll head down to Lakeshore East. We'll see if there's tulips in here. We'll check out the tulips. Oop, there's always cars creeping up on you. No matter when you cross here, there's always a car there creeping up on you. It's probably really hard annoying for the cars always having to wait for people to cross here. But look at that nice view. Look at that. Hey Oscar, how you doing there? Yeah, time keeps on slipping into the future. Yeah, Jeannie Gang. So Jeannie Gang's the architect of the St. Regis. I mention that so often. I know the one time I don't mention it, someone's like, who's the architect? You didn't say it. Usually we say it every time, and then other people are like, stop saying Jeannie Gang every second sentence. Here's look at that. There's the bubble there. It's got a pool in it. Belongs to this building. Look at that. They got a good amount of greenery on their balcony. Yeah, I like that. It's nice. Hey, David, how you doing there? Oscar? Yeah. Mr. Blue. So here we're at Benton Place. Here's Alvey on the park here. Yeah, let's check out these tulips here. There's usually a lot of nice tulips down here in Lakeshore East. So probably the odds of me getting a navy pier are small today. We might do it on Thursday. We'll see what the weather's like. I do want to check. I guess that goes to May 10th. There'll be some artwork. So maybe later in the week we'll go to navy pier. I don't think I'm going to make it there today. I've already spent too much time here. But we're going to check out I want to document the tulips here in Lakeshore East, because they're not going to last forever. So what do I always say? Nothing lasts. Enjoy today. Enjoy the tulips today, because they won't be here a month from now. So let's enjoy the tulips here and document them with film. So next winter we can come back and look at this footage and get us to the next spring. Here's the beautiful tulips here. Lakeshore East here. We're south of... No, I take that back. Yeah, we're south of the Chicago River. And we're north of Randolph here. Calabasas, how you doing there, the rain? I love saying Calabasas. What a beautiful name there for a city there in California. And look at the beautiful tulips here. Oh man, they're just popping. Look at these tulips. Look at that. Everyone's just like perfect. Look at that. We got pinks and reds and oranges, and their babies are checking it out here. Yeah, look at that. That is awesome. Here's the dog park. Hey, there's some people in there with the dogs. Look at that. That is amazing. It's beautiful. Yeah. And there you see. Look at the orange. Look at the orange tulips here. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, he's filming it too, just like me. Look at that. It's great. Hey, let's check him out. Here's the dog. The dog's checking out the park there. Yeah. See how you can walk in, close the door, so the dogs can safely run around without their leash and not run out. And here's the dog park here in Lakeshore East. Hey, they got they got a fountain. The dogs can drink right from the fountain there. They got benches. That's how you go in and out. Hey, there's your dog here. How you doing here? That's all these beautiful dogs here. How you doing here? Laying out on the cool pavement there. I bet that feels good there. It's probably gonna be a hot dog. So they'll turn these fountains on. It looks like they're working on them. So they're probably getting them ready, or they're doing something. No, they're laying sod. They're laying sod. Let's go check out the landscapers here. Checking outside here. Let's check out. See, you can see back to the Sears Tower way over there. Here's the Aeon. Used to be Standard Oil. There's the Aqua, the blue, Radisson Blues in there. That building was designed by Jeannie Gang as well. And here we'll check out the tulips here. See, here's the dog park, how you can get into it. We streaming okay? Here's the beautiful Tennessee. How you doing there, Gene? Hey, we're in Chicago here, checking out the tulips. Look at let's go check out the ornamental trees here. But here's the Jeannie Gang Aqua. It's supposed to look like running water there. All those balconies are unique. That's a residential building and a hotel at the bottom. And here we'll walk right through here with the pigeons. And see, they got Mariano's is on the upper two floors. They got a bunch of they got a bunch of restaurants and stuff on the ground floor.
Any of our analysts?
They got a nice food court in there. And see, yeah, they're working on they're probably going to lay new sod here. This is what they're doing. And let's see if we can get through here. How you doing? That's where you going to get around this. Thank you. So here we're filming the tulips here. Yeah, they're laying new sod here. Look at that. That's great. So they're working on this. It looks like there's going to be some sort of feature here they're working on. So yeah, they're gonna probably redo this whole area. This used to have tulips and stuff, but they must have had some problems with it. They'll turn this on all later in the summer Usually they turn these fountains on, and this is such a nice area here when that happens. You're in Manchester. Gene, that is great. Thanks for tuning in there. You saw the nest and eggs? Yeah. Rimsey, how you doing there? Clear the rear. Saudi Daisy. You're making hot dogs. Hey, that's great. Yeah, dog park. Everybody likes the dog park. David Okoa. Yeah, that's good. Part of the lunch bunch. David, you're part of the lunch bunch. Should be regular. Yeah, look at the. Oh, let's film these over here. So we'll walk. Here we got babies. There's a playground over here. There's also a private school, and they got everything fenced off so people like me don't walk through and trample everything trying to film the tulips. Bonnaroo. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jack Daniels. Yeah, Gene. The Tennessee whiskey there. Yeah. Look at the side. Look at all the side here on pallets. Yeah, they're laying new side here. And so let's check out the tulips here. We'll check out the tulips here. This is 1,100 feet tall. That tallest part. And here we're down in Lakeshore East, just checking out the tulips here. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Look at that. Look at this. Beautiful tulips here at Lakeshore East. I want to walk all the way down here and come back. Let's document this when we got the sunshine here. Yeah. Yeah, your SoCal neighbor there. California's tuning in. Our friend Anita's from California too there. So we got a lot of people from California. West Coast, East Coast. We're the Midwest here. South to the north. Midwest, we got it covered. Canada, Mexico, the whole earth. People tune in from all over the world. And here's the school bus. We missed the bus. So here, let's head around. We'll head back. Yeah, you got it, Scott. Yeah, we'll try to cover it. So this Saturday, thanks for the good info. This Saturday, May the 10th, 2025, they're going to turn on the Buckingham Fountain. Usually they turn it on at noon. Yeah, the festivities start at 11:30. They do a bunch of announcements and speakers, and the corporate sponsors talk for a half an hour, and then eventually they build it up to everybody's about to leave, and then they turn it on. And 2 years ago, we've covered it for the last 2 years, and oh, the bus stop, yeah. Oh, you're gonna try to film it? Maybe I'll see you there. Maybe I'll see you there, Ernie. That's great. Yeah, we'll see a bunch of live streamers there, hopefully, covering the turning on the Buckingham Fountain here. Look at these trees here. See, we're underneath the full height of the St. Regis Genie Gang here. So these tulips are almost past their peak here, but these, look at these. Look at this color. Lakeshore East, this is why I came over here. So they got the new sod, their sod, the new grounds. Look at the tulips here. This is this road that goes around here. And here we'll show all these yellow and orange tulips here. Look at that. That's amazing. Yeah, it looks like June. See, we're getting the bright sunshine of August, late August, here at the beginning of May, because we're that close to the, we're only a month and a half from the longest day of the year as far as daylight, the June 20th, 21st summer solstice, Midsummer Night's Dream there, you know. Look at these flowers. They got it roped off because they don't want people walking through there. That guy's walking through there, so maybe we can get over there. Look at the beautiful tulips here, the ornamental trees. Springtime here in Chicago. Thanks for being a part of it here. We'll get the buildings in there. Look at that. Hey, they're sitting outside here. We got a Drunken Bean. The Drunken Bean, they got a little store here, I guess, or restaurant, whatever it is, bar. Yeah, look at these tulips here. Hey, look at that little dog there. Got the frisbee. Yeah, let's head over here. Let's film it from the other side here. Bonjour. January and February, hey, they go early. They go early where you're at. Yeah, they don't start until the end of April here. Look at that bird. Look at that nice grove of tulips there underneath the trees. And if you think it looks good on the screen, you should see what it looks like in real life here. Ernesto knows what I'm talking about. Tulips popping on Michigan Avenue, State Street, all over this place here. Once we get to springtime, just a feast for the eyes. Look at that. Carpets of tulips. Look at that. Now, je no parle français. Apologies. Yeah, I don't speak Spanish. No habla español. No parle. I can say bonjour. Je voudrais acheter un café lait, s'il vous plaît. My French pronunciation is atrocious. I wish I spoke French. I took it a little in high school, but if you don't use it, I lose it. Immersion's the best way. I would love to do some live streaming in France, Paris. We watch Ulysses Odyssey, and there's some other Chicago or France, Paris, and not just Paris, but France-based live streamers that I follow. And I need to check in on Demichi there. I know that's the Bavarian Alps in Germany, but part of the EU there. I saw the different news, not France, Germany. The German Chancellor had a hard time getting enough votes to become prime minister there, or whatever. They started government, but at least I think he passed it on the second round there. But look at the tulips here. Here we are in Lakeshore East, just checking out the tulips here. Thanks for tuning in. And it's kind of muddy over here, but we'll head out. And yeah, I'll head over to the lake. We'll walk across the bridge. We got 12:35, so we just got enough time for me to walk across the bridge. We'll take a peek at the Lakeshore East development. Unfortunately, I do not have time to get to Navy Pier. We'll have to do that on Thursday or Friday. I do want to get to Navy Pier later this week to check out. There's some artwork. We'll have to start straight over there instead of seeing the bean. But I'm glad we documented these tulips on a sunny day here, and they're really peaking. Look at these. Everywhere I look, I got somewhere else to go here to film the tulips here. I can't leave this area until I document all these tulips, these different flowers, hyacinth. You know, these are different types of tulips, the purple and yellow ones. And look over there, just spectacular tulips. Look how large they are. Here, let's keep going here. We'll head up and over here. I need to go sit with Bob Newhart. He's way at the end. He's way at the end, so it'd be really hard for me to get out to the end and back before my lunch break's over there. But yeah, Bob Newhart statue's at the end of Navy Pier. That thing's a half mile long. It takes me a half mile to get over there, so it's a full mile out there. The best way is to ride a bike. Look at the look at that. So here we'll head across 1236 here. Yeah, thanks, Michael. Thanks for speaking in French there. Thanks, Anita and Lorraine and everybody else there for being on. Yeah. Yeah, this is Chicago. This is, yeah. This is Chicago, yes. Welcome to Chicago, United States. We'll head over to Lake Michigan. And bonjour. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. Hey, there's Lake Michigan. So there's Lake Michigan. There's the lighthouse. We'll head across the way here. Yeah, we'll head through Cascade Park there. We'll head towards Lake Michigan. One of the Odyssey dinner cruise boats are already out there. Let's see, Lakeshore East. There's parking underneath here. We'll head right down through here. We'll go down through the park. This is all housing. This is all residential high rises here. We get some red buds here. Hey, here's some tulips. Yeah, United States of America, planet Earth. There's some tulips there. Karen, how you doing there? Bruno. Yeah. Look at that. So this is built on top of a parking garage. We've come here before. Sometimes I walk underneath it and we come out the same area. They added this about 5 years ago. Or it might have even been longer time. There's like gaps in my memory because of the pandemic. We like skipped over some of those years, it feels like. Look at that. Well, look at these tulips. These are in the corner here. Beautiful tulips here, Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, we got about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. What is that? 15 degrees centigrade. Yeah, we're not quite to 20 yet. And yeah, okay. Ohio, yeah, Michael's from Ohio. See, we got people that tune in all from all over the United States, not just Chicago. And some people are from used to live in Chicago and move different places, or other people. Chicago, Ohio, they will never accept me, true Chicagoan, because I wasn't born here and stayed here my entire life. There's so many people. Everybody moves around the country. People move all the time. You know, cities are cosmopolitan areas where people from all over the world travel here for various reasons, and some stay and some keep going, you know. And some people were born here, go to other places, come back. I don't know where this provincial nativism came from. Has nothing to do with the current president. This is a Chicago thing that, you know, we don't want nobody sent, you know. Like all regions, there's people that don't like people ruining their city coming from other areas. For some reason they pick on Ohio. But I grew up in Indiana. Farmland, so I guess I'm even worse. Ohio looks down on Indiana, so I'm sure Illinois does as well. How you doing? And Indiana looks down on Kentucky, and Kentucky looks down on West Virginia. There's the pecking order of states there. Some people need somebody to look down upon to feel better about themselves, I guess is all it is. But hey, we're going to head over to, not you guys are great. So here we'll head over to, see how there's a green roof on top of this. There's a bike path. We'll head over to Lake Michigan here, and we'll check out DuSable Harbor here. The boats are going back in the harbor. That's why tomorrow they're going to do a bridge lift for the sailboat. So if you want to tune in tomorrow on YouTube at lunchtime, hopefully they'll be lifting the bridges like we saw. See how this is a green roof? This is a green roof. It takes up to the bike path. Here's a bridge for the bike path, the lakefront bike path. Then I'll show you here. Hopefully they're getting ready to open up this cafe. They'll have a harborside cafe here once the summer outdoor seating season really gets into gear here. Well, there's the Columbia Yacht Club there. Yeah, Lyons, Ohio. Yeah, outskirts of Detroit there. 70 degrees. That's not too bad. Thanks, Gene. You saw a rat snake? Wow. Yeah, Wisconsin looks down on Illinois. Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, if you have an Illinois license plate, you probably have a greater chance of getting pulled over in Wisconsin. I've noticed that too. But Illinois drivers probably deserve it. Here's Bada Bing. Here, you want the Bada Bing boat here? Here's some of them are sailboats. Some of them are regular pleasure craft. These $500,000 to multi-million-dollar yachts here in the DuSable Harbor here, part of Lake Michigan. And that's why sailboats can here. They don't have to go under the bridge. They're already on the lakeside. They can just go out to Monroe Harbor and go out into the lake. And so, what time we got? 12:43. So yeah, I don't have, maybe Thursday or Friday, whatever best weather day, we'll head over to Navy Pier. We'll try to catch some of that artwork. I don't want to just dash over there and not have any time to spend. We'll film the progress of the 400 North Lakeshore. Oh, I guess they are talking to each other. But here, yeah, see, this is the new development, 400 North Lakeshore. They're already up to 20 stories at least. We'll film it from the bridge. And so, yeah, I need to go this way. There's the Coast Guard station. South Suburbs, that's great. You got a neighbor from Chicago? Yeah, that's good, Gene. Yeah, see, Chicago's connected to a lot of stuff there. Yeah, Bruno. Highway 51, that's good, Sarah. Route 66, that's good. Flash flood warnings. Los Angeles, Route 66, yeah. So yeah, Route 66 starts in Chicago, goes all the way to LA. You're right on there, Bruno. That's great. You know the song there, and sometimes we film the historic Route 66 mile marker there, the begin sign. There's the Sable Hotel, there's Navy Pier, there's the Tippy Navy Pier, there's the Ferris wheel at Navy Pier. And we'll try to get there later this week. There's supposedly some artwork out there. And here's the Anita D. See, Anita, we named the boat after you here. The Anita D here, the Anita D2. There's these eyes. Let's check out these crazy eye sculpture with the geese here. Crazy eyes looking. This is what it's like to be on social media. This is what it's like to live stream. You got a bunch of eyes looking at you. You don't even know where the eyes are coming from. All these eyes, apple eyes, and look at that. Eyes throughout the world here, all tuning in. Look, eyes on Chicago. Look at that. There's your boat. Yeah, Anita, there's your boat. Here's, you got the Anita D and Anita D2. Yeah, see the Anita D2 and the Anita D1. That's a nice boat. This is like a $40 million boat. Look at that. 3 levels. So here we're going to head across Lakeshore Drive. We'll quickly check out that, and then we'll head right back. We'll go up the Riverwalk, and we'll head back to work here. So thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Chicago. We got a beautiful 70-degree day here. We're going to check out 400 North Lakeshore residential development. And maybe we'll head to the beach tonight, because if it's this warm now, as long as the sun stays out and it doesn't cloud over, it should be pretty nice for a walk home there. Yeah, Anita has a nice yacht. Did you see that? Guys, stop watching me. Goodbye, Bruno. Thanks for tuning in. Au revoir. Au revoir. Yeah, a toodaloo. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Bruno. Yeah, I see friends from all over the world here. France, and people tune in from all over the world. And it's great. Thanks for talking to him, Michael. Thanks for speaking to him in French there. I just know how to say a few words, just like Spanish. Got to brush up on my... We're all spoiled now. We got phones that can translate in real time, and maybe the AI on this app, I think you can translate some things. Here, we'll head back down here, but we're going to quickly head up these stairs. We got 1246. We'll dash across the bridge here, and instead of going down the Ogden Slip, I'll reverse my steps and head back this way, and then we'll walk up the Riverwalk towards Michigan Avenue on the south side of the river. Oh, it smells minty fresh here. It smells like they cleaned out all the urine smell. But there's the 400 North Lakeshore residential development. And people that are working on the construction site tune in and give me good information. And they said that there is still planned a second tower. It was always in the plan to build the first tower first, and then they're going to build the second tower once the first one's complete. So they're staggering the development so many units don't come online all at the same time. And here's the Chicago River. There's the Trump Tower. There's the St. Regis. See, we saw it from multiple sides here. This is Lakeshore East. We were in that park there. This is Streeterville. Look at all these people taking pictures here. This wonderful view we have over the Chicago River on a sunny day here. So here, we'll head across here. And then we'll head down to Taco Rio there. But here, 400 North Lakeshore, it's looking nice. Look at this guy's way up there. So let's count the stories here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I count 22 stories. 22 stories. They're already on floor number 22 there. Making really good progress. Yeah, let's check it out, Michael. Let's see if the rumor's true or not. That's why I got to say the date right. So once we get out here, we'll do the whole intro here. So hey, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Lakeshore Drive, just north of the Chicago River. Here's the 400 North Lakeshore development site, and construction's still ongoing. They're up to 22 stories. And the second tower is going to go here. And but they're building the north one first, and they're going to complete this one, then they're going to start the second one. So they're not, from what I understand, people that have messaged a comment, that's the good information they gave me here. So let's head over here, let's get a little closer, and then we'll reverse this. But no, Michael, it looks like construction, they probably were just thinking of the south tower. And I hope I didn't add anything to those rumors. I just noticed that they're using this as a staging area, because if they were doing that, it would be so cramped here. So they can build the north tower first, and then they can build the so here, let's get this riverboat going across the river here. Then I can get back to work here. That's why these people are waiting here. So this is underneath the Sable Lakeshore Drive bridge here. And there's the Bright Star. Look underneath the Genie Gang St. Regis there. It's heading east on the Chicago River. And there's an architectural boat cruise here. It's got to head right underneath us. Look at that. Hey, way below. Yeah, look at that. So there's the Trump Tower. Looking west on the Chicago River. We'll head right down to that portion of the River Walk. Maybe we'll get down and catch this pleasure craft going by. Yeah, I'm just a big kid. I'm a big kid now. I'm a Toys R Us kid. I'm easily amused by boats and trains and flowers and beavers and squirrels, and I'm like a dog. I'm like that dog in the Up movie. They gave me a talk. I'm a dog, and they gave me a voice box so I can talk, and I'm using it. Squirrel. I'm the old man in Up. Hey. But there it is. We checked it out. 400 North Lakeshore. So here, let's head back to work. May the 6th. Half of this live, I said it was May the 7th. People will be all confused. They think we're living in the future. I'll get 20 comments. I'll never watch this guy again. He said the wrong date. You must be an idiot. He can't even get the date right. I'm never going to watch him again. He said it was May the 7th when it was May the 6th. Good. Hey, there it is. That's a sailboat. See, that sailboat doesn't have to wait for the bridges to lift. You could put that mast there. Look at that. That's a nice innovation there. So if I get a sailboat, I'll get one like that. There's positive and negatives to it. I know some people don't like that. They want a sturdier mast, you know, because I'm sure there's a weak point in that mast. But here, look at that. Look at that beautiful 22 stories so far at 400 North Lakeshore. And here, we'll head right down this way. Yeah, I'm a Toys R Us kid. Yeah. Yeah, all these rumors. Yeah, I can't wait till they got it. Yeah, we can take the river walk, or take the river walk on the north side all the way to DuSable Park there, and go to that park. I would love one day we'd be able to live stream and launch a kayak. Hopefully, they were supposed to be a kayak launch there. There's very few public access kayak launch spots on this portion of the river, and there needs to be more, in my opinion. And there it is, the 400 North Lakeshore Development Site here. That was going to be the Calatrava site there, the Calatrava Spire, but of course after 15 years they finally started a new project. There's the Lake Point Tower. Here, let's go by Taco Rio here. They're getting ready here. There's some geese. There's some honkers. There, Taco Rio. Hey, they got the seating out here ready. Yeah. What a beautiful day. I gotta pinch myself once we're finally turning the corner here where I don't think we have to worry about any more snows, or the trees are turning green. We still might have some cool nights, but I really like this time of the year, and I like fall because it's not too hot yet. You don't have to have the air conditioning in yet. You get a lot of 60s and 70s and cool nights, and baseball's back, and we got the whole summer ahead of us. So very happy once we get to this point of the year and they start lifting the bridges for the sailboats. Alvin, how you doing there? Shauna's mom there, yeah. Yeah, 2028. Yeah, maybe by then it'll be ready, yeah. We'll see if we can make it that long. But here's the staging area for the kayaks. They use to train people. That's what all these things are. They teach people safety tips for the urban kayaks here. And so then they can go right down. They have a kayak launch right here. And I'll show you how this works. You can just roll right down there and roll your kayak in there and come out, and it's a whole assembly line process. And here's Linnea. We'll get this architectural cruise boat coming through here. Look at the Wrigley building. It's going to look so nice when we walk by it here. It's a beautiful day. We'll get the architectural tour boats going by here. Linnea. New York, how you doing there? Yeah, thanks for tuning in from New York. That's great. Yeah, we're on the Chicago River here, so we got the tour boats going. We got a beautiful 70-degree day. Hope you're having nice weather. Check out Christopher Dotson. He's a nice live streamer there on YouTube in New York area, metro area there. And of course, we know Dan All Day New York City, Marty Mayora there on TikTok. We got Kenny with the rats. Hey, they got the Centennial Fountain on. The Centennial, I got it. Darren Monroe's probably so happy. The Centennial Fountain's back on there. And we saw when they turned it on at the end of last season, but they couldn't keep it on too long because it was already fall by the time they had it going. And now they got it going again. They got that portion fixed. Last year they didn't have the big mushroom there where the water, you can walk under the waterfall. So later this week we'll check that out. And they got the Centennial Fountain back on here. Here we're underneath the St. Regis here. And here we'll walk past these beautiful trees. We got another barge going. Hey, the Centennial Fountain. That's great. That aligns with McClurg Court there. And that's on the Streeterville side. This is Wacker Drive, the 3 levels of Wacker Drive. That's where they tow your car. Hopefully it'll never happen. Yeah. Yeah, you at Pakistan. Hey, thanks New York. Thanks for tuning in from Pakistan. That is awesome. Thanks for tuning in here. Joanne H. Alter, the Honorable Joanne. She was a commissioner of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District. And that's what that fountain, the Centennial Fountain here that we're looking at, she worked for that. The Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago. So hey, we got the Bright Star goes one way. And here we got a City View large barge heading the other way. Look at that. It's an eclipse of the river barges here. And Lenny is coming back. Lenny is coming back. Look at that. There's Navy Pier off in the distance. Look at that. But Chicago used to be called the second city. Of course, New York's the first city of Chicago. Probably LA's larger in population, but Chicago has the second largest central business district collection of skyscrapers in the United States. And LA's larger in population, but it's more spread out, larger metropolitan area. But Chicago's pretty spread out too. We have over 100 suburbs. It's so vast. The city's vast, and all directions. The city spreads out for miles. And here's Linnea. But we're near the center of the city here, where all the trains converge. He was pretty good in high school. Hey, let's see if they got the bars open here. But hey, we're keeping up with Linnea here. I'm so happy the fountain's back on. Yeah, we'll see if they spray the big water jet. You know, they'll probably wait till later, till it gets warmer, they'll start spraying the big water jet. But again, they turn on the Buckingham Fountain this Saturday, May the 10th. You know, I'll try to cover it. Ernie said he's going to cover it, so there'll be other live streamers there. And you can watch multiple perspectives, and we can run into each other and compare notes. And we can cover different things at the same time. Sometimes you cover an event like Lollapalooza, there's multiple things going at the same time. There's no way one live streamer can cover it all. I mean, multiple people there, so you got multiple camera angles. And sometimes I lose my connection. Here's the Grand Luau. You can rent these boats. And here's the Island Party Hut here. They'll open all this up. They're getting ready, the outdoor seating. So probably a month from now, at least by Memorial Day, this will be packed with people. And we'll all summer long, we'll watch people. The river's about to get a lot more crowded. The river walk too. See you, Naya. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, have a good night there. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day there. Stayed on Wacker, that's good. Yeah, that's where we're by here, Wacker Drive. There's some hotels, the Swiss Hotel, there's the Hyatt, there's some other hotels on Wacker Drive here. Hey, people are getting drinks. The bar's open. Island Party Hut, the Tiki Bar is open here. People are sitting at the colorful tables here. There goes the big bus, tour bus. You can sit on the double deck tour bus and take a tour of Columbus Drive here. Get your boat rides here, Island Party Hut. You got these chairs you can sit in here. So I'll head up these stairs. I'm not going to end it now. I'm still going to get you a nice view of the Wrigley building and the skyscrapers here. We'll head up to the stairs here. Yeah, you're at nighttime. You're up late. Yeah, it's only 1 o'clock in the PM here. You're probably, it's already dark, right? Yeah. You're heading towards Wednesday. See, I said it was May the 7th. It's May the 7th somewhere. It's just May the 6th here. There, we'll head up the stairs here. But hey, thanks for tuning in here. Appreciate you being a live audience. We saw some good stuff here. And just the beautiful tulips. We'll get this boat going by here. Is that Linnea? That's still Linnea. Linnea kind of stopped there for a second and came back here. So let's run up here. This is the middle part of Wacker Drive, the bypass that gets your enters. Linnea going through there. Here we'll head up the stairs here. Hey, they got the fountain, they got the jet going on, look. So here, let's get on the Columbus Bridge here. Well, we'll get out here, we'll get out to this point here. So the Centennial Fountain's back on, and they're shooting the water jet across there. So here, let's get up here. Usually goes on for about a minute or two, or maybe 5 minutes. Here's Upper Wacker here. There it is, now we can see it. So hey, thanks for staying on. The Centennial Fountain's back on. There's the water cannon over, I'm out of breath. I'm out of shape. Look at the water cannon here. There's the Centennial Fountain. So we'll check that out. We got all summer to check that out. I'm glad it's back on. May the 6th. They're shooting that water jet across the river there. Yeah. So here, look at that view. Look at that amazing view. We'll head over towards Michigan Avenue here for a little bit. Yeah. Look at that. So hey, thanks everybody for being a live audience. Thanks for being my moderators and everybody else here, and thanks for helping out with the French-speaking people there, Michael. And we'll walk over to Michigan Avenue. We'll get you some nice views of the Wrigley Building, the Trump Tower, the whole river north here in Streeterville. There's the NBC Tower. Look how nice the river looks. That lunch Odyssey boat's ready to go. And the sunshine makes it really nice. Look at that. Yeah, thanks Julie Reed. Thanks Alvin, Ernesto. New York from Pakistan. That's great. Yeah. Thanks so much. See, sharing the love there. Ernesto, Ernie, Michael, D. Michael, all the Michaels. Yeah, thanks everybody. S. Yeah. Krista, Jean, Lorraine, thanks everybody for the good comments there. Richie's mom. Yeah, Colin, Liverpool. Colin's tuning in from Liverpool. That is awesome. UK, United Kingdom. That is great. Yeah. See, look, we got the... see, they're getting off the architectural cruise boat there. Some of them shorelines over there. First Lady's here. Some of them are on this side. The Odyssey's over there. The Odyssey dinner cruise boat there, the lunch. It's got the glass windows there. And there's the Optima signature there. This is the Wrigley Building. One of the historical, most iconic buildings here in Chicago. This is Chicago River. That's the Michigan Avenue Bridge. There's the Trump Tower in Chicago. And we'll there, see, they'll open up the seating here. And there, they just turned it off. They just turned it off. We just saw the tail end of the Centennial Fountain. So I'm going to sign off. Thanks everybody. Have a good rest of your day there. We'll see you after 5 o'clock on TikTok. And if you want to watch any part of this rerun, go to the live tab on my YouTube there, Brian Really Chicago. There's a lot of reruns from other days, and it's May the 6th. I said it wrong at the beginning. I thought it was May the 7th. But, you know, thanks for cutting me some slack there. And they're blowing the whistle, so we missed the boat. They're about to cast off. Yeah, we'll go swimming. I'm about to jump in. It's 45 degrees. I'll die of hypothermia there. Okay, we'll see you later there, Colin and Ernie and everybody else. Talk to you.